grade at Triangle Day School.
I am KJ Mack, and I am in 6th grade at Montessori School of Durham. Welcome to the 7th annual Just Tryin' It Kids Triathlon.
This is my 5th race, and I can't wait to jump in the pool. I love coming together with my friends and teammates from TDS to help families fighting cancer. Today we have 270 racers and over 176 volunteers with us. Thank you for coming out to support Just Tryin' It and all the kids we're helping in treatment at UNC and Duke.
I've had so much fun getting out into the community, talking about the race and raising lots of money to help these families. I even got interviewed on the radio. It feels great to know that the money we raise will go to help families pay their bills and relieve the financial stress that comes with having a child with cancer.
Before we start the race, we have a few people who are here to speak with us and share their experiences. Christina Weiler is a social worker at UNC Children's Hospital. She guides families through the grant process and helps them get the resources they need while in treatment. Hines is a nurse practitioner at UNC Children's Hospital. Hannah has worked in pediatric cancer for the past 13 years. She supports and guides cancer patients and their families through treatment. We would like to invite Ms. Hines to say a few words.
Thank you, Elsa. Good morning and welcome. My name is Hannah Hines. I'm one of the outpatient nurse practitioners here at UNC Children's Pediatric Oncology Clinic. As LJ said, I've been in this for quite a while, but the last 10 to 9 years have been at UNC, and some of my patients are here participating today. What drew me to UNC is the commitment to treating not just the patient, but the family as well. We recognize that there's more than just a medical diagnosis. There's a family and a dynamic that has been devastated in the moment when that diagnosis occurs. When that diagnosis happens, parents now have this added stress and strain of a medically complex child that they have to manage along with their day-to-day activities. Oftentimes, the demands of therapy, caring for that child results in either decreased work or loss of job, thus furthering the stress laid upon the parents. For some, there's increased travel expenses, whether it's multiple trips or lodging. Then there's the accrual of medical expenses that are not covered by insurance, such as medication, supplies, and high deductibles. I'm going to force my eye brackets out. And all that is happening while trying to provide for the basic necessities of life. Rent, mortgage, car payments, utilities, food, clothing. And everyone deserves the basic necessities of life. That is why when families are in need of help to pay for these necessities, we at UNC reach out to foundations just like Just Tryin' It to help with them and offset the unforeseen medical expenses. With their commitment and generosity, they have assisted in preventing evictions and foreclosures, ensure our families have a safe and adequate transportation, to ensure timely treatment, and have working cell phones to allow critical communication with the medical team. We at UNC are able to bring our holistic approach to fruition through these means. Just Tryin' It makes life possible for these families.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Hines and Ms. Weiler, for all you do to support the families fighting cancer.
At Just Tryin' It, we have a tradition of every racer selecting a star to race in honor or memory of. I am racing for Bella, and last year I raced for Daniel. We welcome our star families to join us each year and thank them for their support. It is my pleasure to introduce today's very special star, our face of the race, Everett. Everett is here with his mom, Miranda, and dad, Jack. You will see them as you cross the finish line and get your medal. Everett's mom has generously agreed to share a few words with us about her family's cancer journey.
Hello, I'm Miranda. I'm Everett's mom.
It's Lightning McQueen.
He said it's Lightning McQueen. We just want to thank you guys so much for coming out, for all the racers, for all you supporters, the volunteers who donated their time. We're really honored to be here, but we really wish we weren't a part of the exclusive club of being a family that is fighting cancer. Our son Everett was diagnosed with leukemia. In December of 2020, and just forever changed our lives. It was incredibly devastating, as you can imagine. No parent ever wants to hear that their child has cancer. And one of the first questions I asked when all treatment was being started was, how long is this going to be? And with leukemia, it was going to be a 2.5-year to 3-year treatment plan, which is a really long time. There's no really way to prepare a plan.
Lightning McQueen.
There's no way to prepare a plan for something like this. I'm a nurse at UNC where my son is being treated, and my husband works for Duke. Go Tar Heels. And so
Lightning McQueen.
I took off as much time as I possibly could while also trying to juggle my job, because I'm working at my dream job. I didn't want to lose that while also trying to maintain my son's treatment. So I was able to hold off on my FMLA, on my exhaust my PTO. I had really supportive coworkers who helped raise funds, started a GoFundMe for us. My husband took as much time off. Took off as much time as he possibly could. And for the first 9 months of treatment, I was able to stay home from work. But at about 6-month mark, we kind of were getting tight. It was kind of questionable whether or not I would be having to go to work sooner than we really wanted to, before Everett was in a more stable position. And that's when our social worker reached out to us, and Just Trying It helped us by giving us a couple of mortgage payments, which helped us immensely. And I was able to stay home for 9.5 months, which was a gift in itself. And we can never truly thank you guys enough, because, I mean, the most important thing that we've learned through all of this is that family's the most important. So thank you.
Lightning McQueen.
Thank you, Ms. Carpenter.
I would now like to introduce the Executive Director of Just Trying It, Maureen Colburn, to acknowledge all those folks who have made today possible.
Thank you so much, LJ. I appreciate that. I know we're anxious to get out there, so I promise we'll be quick and loud, obviously. First, I want to thank the Chapel Hill Country Club, all of the staff and members. They've hosted us for 6 years, and we appreciate everything that they do to make this race possible. So thank you so much to the Chapel Hill Country Club. I want to also recognize Spoonflower, our platinum sponsor, who has been a sponsor for 6 years. We are so grateful to you for everything you've done. I'm so excited that Spoonflower has brought out over 30 volunteers today. Their CEO, Michael Jones, is here announcing you at the finish line. Special thanks to Sarah Ward, who's our board of directors of Just Trying It and SVP of brand marketing at Spoonflower. And a very special thank you to Margot Wilcox, who has taken on the volunteer coordinator role and any other job that we'd ask her to do. And we appreciate that. Spoonflower is really all in with Just Trying It. I'm quoting Sarah. And we really appreciate all they do to help this community and help to support families fighting cancer. They've made it a company-wide effort. And if you're here from Spoonflower, can you make some noise? All right. I also want to recognize the Brader Arahe Foundation, Shutterfly, Nada Bozminski at Inhabit the Triangle, all gold sponsors and great supporters of Just Trying It, and we could not put this race together without all of the sponsors that you'll see on our banner there. So please thank them if you see them, patronize them, support them. We really appreciate it. And I'd also like to thank our host committee. This year we had a host committee, a group of people who got together starting in January, met on a regular basis. We're out there forming teams, recruiting racers, promoting the race, and they're such a key part to our success. And their names are up on this banner, and we want to thank them for everything that they did. And I want to recognize Deb Pavanelli, who is our director of programs, who is our race maven, and she does everything to make this race happen and goes above and beyond, and I'm so grateful for her. At this time, I'd like to ask all the volunteers, if you have a position on the race course, if you could head there now. We appreciate that. Every racer today raised at least $50 in order to raise to support families. And thank you so much, because you all did an awesome, awesome job. This year, we had 7 racers who raised more than $1,000, and I want to ask them to come up and join me on the steps. Andrew Bronick, Matthew Collier, Tarek Dalboy, KJ Mack, Melina Shelton, Cole Pantoja, and LJ Ward. And now it's my honor to recognize our top fundraisers. Our third highest fundraiser, raising $4,615, is the fantastic LJ Ward. Our second highest fundraiser, and these kids are all so amazing. The creativity, reaching out, supporting. We have 2 fundraisers who raised over $10,000 this year. Our second highest fundraiser, raising $11,465, is Tarek Dalboy. And our top fundraiser, raising an impressive $12,728, is KJ Mack. And KJ did that in part by writing a novel that he gave to his donors, over $50. So really, really exciting stuff. This year, in addition to recognizing our top fundraisers, we're presenting 4 awards that celebrate the creativity, collaboration, and commitment of all of the students, the kids who participate in our race. So first I want to recognize the team with the most members, captained by LJ Ward. It's the Tornadoes from Triangle Day School with 35 members. The most creative individual fundraising activity is awarded to KJ Mack, who authored Zagorar's Problems and gave it as a gift, as I mentioned. So congratulations, KJ. Honorable mention goes to KJ Ward, who created JTI-themed cookies and gave them to their neighbors and asked for a donation for JTI. LJ, sorry. The most creative team fundraising activity is awarded to the Sycamore Creek team. These kids got together on the weekend. They distributed cookies to neighbors, trained and sold snow cones. And last but not least, we'd like to recognize the racer who has participated in the most consecutive JTI races. Congratulations to Matthew Collier, and thank you for your dedication to JTI. We're so grateful to all of the team captains and families that supported, recruited racers, spread the word, and rallied to raise funds. Congratulations and thank you to all the racers.
Through the commitment of our racers and the generosity of everyone here, This morning, our sponsors, along with countless others who have offered their support. I'm thrilled to inform you that this Just TRYAN event has raised $133,389 to support families battling pediatric cancer. These funds will be granted to families at families in treatment at UNC and Duke Children's Hospital.
Please give a round of applause for our racers, our sponsors, and all of our parents and other loved ones that have helped to make this happen. As of 10 p.m. last night, the donations were still coming. Thank you. If you would still like to donate, you will see signs in the party zone and the QR code, and you go right to the website.
Can we get a big round of applause for KJ and LJ for doing an awesome job as At this time, I'd like to welcome Preston and Becca Clark of Notasium to sing our national anthem.
All right.
Sorry about that. After the national anthem, we will have a moment of silence during which we will remember those children who lost their battle with cancer. Specifically today, we remember Cody, Ellie, Maddie, Chris, Kwame, Pena, Mary Kay, Mason, Nicholas, Willie, Andrew, Ariella, Trent, and Abby.
What's the proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose spots bright and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, stay does that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Are you ready to race? I'd like to ask the mini course racers to make their way towards the start zone. And we have one more word from Everett. Everett, do you have something else you want to say?